We're living in interesting times at the moment, aren't we? Where we've got to start looking at what's going out of the door money wise. And we've got to think, right, what can I do without? What extra do I need to get? And all those decisions we have to make. And even more so if you've got kids and, people of that nature that rely on you. And with the ever changing environment we're in at the moment with interest rates, taxes, and everything else, it's becoming all the more challenging, isn't it? Well, I was reading something about council tax today, and it really set a big alarm bell sized clanger off in my head. And I wanted to make you aware of it, just so you knew what was going on as well, basically. So here we go. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing alright. Let me know what you're up to in the comments below. We're halfway through the week now, aren't we? So hopefully you've got some good weekend plans ahead. Well, we've got a budget coming up, haven't we? I think tomorrow. Thursday, yes, tomorrow. I'm sure that's when it is. And I'll be looking at some of the news to try and determine what's going on and and try and bring you as much warning as possible. Now, I've seen a rather disturbing headline saying that council tax is set to soar. We get this every year, don't we? It just creeps up and up and up and up and up. But there's something in that news headline which really set an alarm bell in my head. But before we go down that road, I want to play you a little bit of video from Jeremy Hunt, if you can stomach him, and it gives you a kind of feel as to the narrative and what's actually going on.
Well, I think we have to recognise that people on the very lowest incomes only have so much they can give. We will be asking everyone for sacrifices, but I think in a fair society, as we are in the UK, we need to recognise that there's only so much you can ask from people on the very lowest incomes. So that will be reflected in the decisions that I take. And I think that's important because Britain is a decent country, a fair country, a compassionate country, and I want that to be reflected in the decisions we take.
So you'll be paying a bit more tax then after next week?
Well, we're all going to be paying a bit more tax, I'm afraid, Sophie. But it's not just going to be bad news. I think what people recognise is that if you want to give people confidence about the future, you have to be honest about the present, and you have to have a plan. And this will be a plan to help bring down inflation, help control high energy prices, and also get our way back to growing healthily, which is what we need so much.
Right, so the narrative is they're going to rob us blind, they're going to pinch us in the pocket, and they're going to tax us even more now already. They're going on about income tax and national insurance and all the rest of it. If you've got a good accountant, I'm not even going there. I don't quite know where they're going with that little cherub, but there we go. What concerns me really is the council tax. Now, councils throughout the land, are in control-ish of this and how much gets charged. Now, it's fully expected that Jeremy Hunt is going to put the rates up in the budget. I think that's a foregone conclusion, really. But what concerns me is this. Yes, if any council votes to put the council tax rate in their area up by 2.99% or more, there has to be a referendum. So that's probably why we never see that. Maybe 2.98, 2.95. We never see 2.99 or more because there has to be a referendum. Now, the worrying thing is, and this is the big warning, is that there's talk that Jeremy Hunt could do away with this and give the councils carte blanche. And if he does that, I bet you, I can almost guarantee it, they will go to town and these council tax rates will soar. I mean, just earlier today, I heard my local county council, Kent County Council, is in all sorts of trouble because of funding shortfalls. And I can see a situation where if this was given to them, council taxes would be doing this, and we're all struggling enough as it is. Really worrying. I'm worried, and I bet you probably are as well. Let me know in the comments below what your circumstances are, how you feel about all this and where you think it's going. It ain't great, but it could be a reset. Toodaloo.